Hi, Peter here again from True North Marine. In this short video, I want to cover Rule 24, which is your towing and pushing rule. It's quite an important rule, whether you're engaged in any kind of towing or even if you're not. Being able to identify vessels that are towing is an essential component. There's a few little twists and turns in this, particularly in relation to the positioning of lights, how many lights are carried, and also the size of vessel that's actually doing the towing, whether it's under 50 metres or over 50 metres. So hope you enjoy the video, hope it's worthwhile for you, and let's get started. For those of you that might be new to the channel, I'm also a maritime tutor for candidates preparing to be assessed for a marine qualification, such as a coxswain, master under 24 or master 45. I also teach coastal navigation, and I'm a registered invigilator with the Office of Maritime Communications to conduct marine radio licence exams. Now, at the end of this short video, you should get an understanding of the definition of a masthead light, definition of a towing light, positioning of lights and their vertical and horizontal distances between lights, how the length of tow is measured, the lights shown by a power-driven vessel both under and over 50 metres in length when towing or pushing a vessel with a length of tow under 200 metres, and the lights shown by a power-driven vessel both under and over 50 metres in length when towing or pushing with a length of tow over 200 metres in length. Now, before we can really get into the rules, we have to look at some of the definitions. This is a bit of a recap because we've already been over this definition in a previous video, but I'll put it here just to make sure you're very clear on those definitions. So the first definition is a masthead light. A masthead light is a white light that shines over an arc of 225 degrees from dead ahead to 22.5 degrees above the beam on either side. I would recommend that you put that definition in your memory bank. Now, the next definition is a towing light, which has the same characteristics as a stern light, except that it is yellow in colour. Now, in this slide, I'm going to start at the bottom, part C. So a vessel that's over 12 metres but less than 20 metres, the masthead light must be at least 2.5 metres above the gunwale. In part A, a vessel over 20 metres in length, the masthead light must be at least 6 metres above the hull. And when two masthead lights are carried, so on separate masts, there must be a vertical distance of at least 4.5 metres between the two lights. Now, we've got some diagrams coming up shortly which will clarify this. Now, let's have a quick look at this in a diagram or image. So here we have a power-driven vessel over 20 metres, under 50 metres, showing a masthead light, which is usually shown on the forward mast, and side lights. And here we have a stern light. And here we have a towing light, which is of the same characteristics as the stern light, and when shown, it is above the stern light. So here we have the lights for a power-driven vessel under 50 metres in length, and note where the masthead light is located. It is on the forward mast. So here's another head-on view and also a view of a side profile. So now we get to a power-driven vessel over 50 metres in length, which will carry a second masthead light higher than and abaft of the forward light. And remember, that separation between the two lights vertically has to be 4.5 metres. So here we have another head-on view looking at that power-driven vessel over 50 metres in length, carrying the two masthead lights on separate masts. Here's another side profile of those two masthead lights. So far we've been looking at the navigation lights for power-driven vessel under 50 metres in length or over 50 metres in length, showing forward masthead light and an additional masthead light abaft of and higher than the forward light. Now we have to look at the lights that are going to be displayed by a vessel engaged in towing and pushing. So what the rule tells us now is that if the tow is under 200 metres in length, the towing vessel will show 2 masthead lights. If the tow is over 200 metres in length, the towing vessel will show 3 masthead lights. It tells us that at least one of these lights must be in the same position as the previous masthead lights when it was just a power-driven vessel, and that the additional lights, whether it be 2 or 3, must be in a vertical line. So let's have a look at that. Now, the key to identifying whether a vessel is towing or pushing is to identify the lights that are on the same mast. Now, what the rule also tells us is when the vessel is over 20 metres in length, that are in a vertical position on the same mast must be at least 2 metres apart. And if the vessel is under 20 metres in length, then the vertical spacing between those lights has to be 1 metre apart. So here are some images, both head-on view and side-on view, for a vessel towing or pushing when the length of tow is under 200 metres and over 200 metres, and the towing vessel is under 50 metres in length. Now, when a vessel is over 50 metres in length, engaged in towing or pushing, what we're looking for is those lights that are on the same mast in a vertical line. They're the ones indicating the towing and the length of tow, but we still have to look for that other light, that other masthead light that will be on a separate mast. Now, the issue here is that they allow vessels to carry the towing lights either on the forward mast or the aftermast. So the key, once again, is to look for those that are in a vertical line. Now, we talked earlier about the towing light, which is the yellow light of the same characteristics as the stern light. The issue now is that when a vessel is pushing ahead or towing alongside, then the yellow towing light is not displayed. It is only displayed when the tow is actually behind the towing vessel, being towed from behind. So now let's have a look at a power-driven vessel under 50 metres and over 50 metres. Let's have a look at a power-driven vessel under 50 metres in length with the length of tow under 200 metres and the length of tow over 200 metres. Finally, let's have a look at vessels over 50 metres in length with a tow under 200 metres in length or over 200 metres in length, with the towing lights displayed on either the after mast or the forward mast. One final word, make sure that you don't fall into the trap of thinking that a vessel will show certain lights just because of its design. For example, if a vessel is a tug, he will only show lights for a power-driven vessel unless he is actually engaged in towing or pushing. So the lights for towing and pushing are for the activity, not for the design of the vessel.